Hello. Hi everybody, I'm the one in 1.3, welcome to the family. In this video, I'm going to be telling you 10 things about me that you probably didn't know, maybe some of you already knew. First of all, I'd like to say sorry to all the people who were waiting for me to post videos over the last week or so. I haven't been able to post any videos. I'm coming to the end of the half term where I write my reports for my students, and that kind of took up most of my time, because obviously if I don't write my reports for my parents or don't treat my clients in the way they need to be treated, then I don't get paid. If I don't get paid, I can't pay my rent, and I can't pay my rent, I can't homeschool, and I have to go back to work, and that's not what I'm planning to do. So my main work at 1.4 teaching is the main thing that I've got to do. I've got to prioritise that over most of my other things. But I'm really sorry about that, because if you saw my video that's over here, I had a video when I reached 200 subscribers to say that I'll be posting every single day. Who told me to say that? I think that's one of the things I'm going to tell you about me. Apart from the fact that I also talk fast, as most of you already realise, when the thoughts are flowing through my mind, I always tend to talk fast. But I thought I'd come away from the curriculum,
come away from the education, come away from the homeschooling, come away from the working,
and just have a chat with all of you. But actually, when I started doing this video, I thought it might be quite hard to find 10 interesting things about me, or things that I thought interesting, and some of these things may not be interesting to you. But I realised that actually there's more things that I want to say about me, so maybe I'll do a part 2. But you can put your questions down below to find out more about me. Alright, so number 1, the first thing about me I would say is that I'm a workaholic. I'm a self-confessed workaholic. If there were classes to go to where I could stand up and say, my name is Sophia, I'm a workaholic, I would do that. It's not a good thing. I don't think it's necessarily a good thing to be a workaholic, because obviously sometimes you have to realise that you could be putting things in front of God. So I'm always like praying and asking God to help me to kind of learn how to balance things out a bit more. But I do find that I work a lot. And I've realised lately that when I'm stressed out or when something's going on, I put more of my attention into work, so I don't have to focus on any of the bad things that go on. Everyone has bad things that go on in their lives or things that happen. I'm not an exception to that rule. So I find that when things are bad, my coping mechanism is for me to work harder and faster and longer and stronger. I don't care for it, I can just keep doing it. But the thing is that I won't necessarily have breaks. I could just work straight for 7 hours and only have a toilet stop, and that's it. I wouldn't even eat if I didn't need to. I'd have chocolate or Coke or something bad, which is not a good thing. Obviously, now I've got my dog, Bailey. You know, he's helping me to kind of lose weight when I take him for walks every day and things like that. But number 1 is that I'm definitely a workaholic. I'm definitely high ambitious in everything I do. That's just one thing about me. Obviously, working is a gift. I believe working is a gift. God gave that gift to Adam when he was the first person to toil the land. It's a gift at the same time, and because he was working before the curse, but at the same time you can still use it in the wrong ways. But yes, number 1 is that I'm a self-confessed workaholic. Number 2, I would say, I had a really vivid imagination as a child, and actually this imagination continued into my adulthood. So basically, I believed in fairies until the age of 21, I think it was, and I believed in mermaids until the age of 25. Can you believe that? Maybe some of you still believe in mermaids and fairies, what can I say? But I actually believed in them. It's only actually when I became a Christian that I started to realise that these fairy tales were actually, I thought that these myths were true, you see. So I thought with mermaids, because of the whole evolutionary discussions, I thought it's not impossible for there to be human fish living under the sea. You know, because obviously when you think about evolution, they talk about the fact that we came from one single cell and all these things came out of that evolutionary train. So don't judge me if I believed in mermaids, but I did. And I really believe that if I went to some of the countries that maybe one day I could spot them. Crazy. But yeah, I used to believe in mermaids until the age of 25. There's a term called doing a Sophie. Doing a Sophie, what even is that? Yeah, my friend from my old high school, he made a term where if people did something really strange, where people would laugh about something that they did that they couldn't work out that was funny, they would call it doing a Sophie. So now even in my adulthood, people would say, my family would say, especially my brother David, he's always like, you just did a Sophie, you just did a Sophie, or my mum would say it too. I always wanted to teach. So from when I was a little girl, when I used to read books to my teddies, my dad and my mum used to always ask me, like, what do you want to be when you're older? I would always say I wanted to be a teacher first. The other 2 things I wanted to be was a shopkeeper and a writer. I wanted to write books. I think so far I've done my ebook already, so I've written an ebook now. A shopkeeper, I've kind of got a shop, I've got an Etsy shop, so I've kind of done that too, and also teaching, I've achieved that as well. So I've achieved my childhood career dreams of wanting to be a teacher. I am a teacher, I love teaching. There you have it. I don't like holes, but I like popping spots. That's disgusting, right? I know. It's so disgusting. But at the same time, if somebody has a spot like on their head, you know what I mean? More family though. I wouldn't want to pop a stranger spot. But if someone had a spot on their head, I would want to pop it. It makes me feel so uncomfortable. So, my ex-husband said to me that basically it was because I was controlling. And I was like, is that true? Is it because I'm controlling why I can't have it there? But like if my kids have a spot, I really want to just have the urge to pop it, and it makes me feel like I can't bear looking at it without I can't bear looking at it without it being gone. But I'm trying to like not pop the spots. But I have actually watched quite a lot of YouTube popping the spot videos to calm myself down. Is that a bit weird? Does anybody understand that? If you do, comment down below. I have a ganglion. You can see over here. A ganglion is basically a cyst that you have on your wrist. When I used to do gymnastics, that's another thing about me, I used to do gymnastics. When I used to do gymnastics, I used to do backflips and somersaults and things like that. And sometimes I'd fall over because the ganglion would get stuck and it would pop out of places. I had it removed when I was 14 years old, but then it came back in my later life and I'm not going to have it removed again. The first concert I ever went to was an immature concert. I had a real big crush on this singer called Marcus Houston, who was in Immature, serious crush when I was younger, my first crush actually. And I went to their concert when I was younger with my sisters. I remember it was a really good concert, I liked it, but there were so many people within the venue. And I remember getting squashed in there and somebody had to carry me out because I couldn't breathe. But yeah, I don't anymore. I do like one of his songs, Circle. That's one of my breakup songs I've always sang whenever there's been a breakup, whatever. So his song Circle is one of my favourite songs. It's one of the songs that I tend to sing all the time. Another thing is that I always have a list of songs in my mind that I sing throughout the day that the kids keep telling me that I'm always singing these songs. I might put a little snippet in this video when I'm going to ask them what sort of songs do they hear me singing all the time. I said in there that I was going to ask you guys what songs do you normally hear me singing. What do you normally hear me singing? Just a memory. But it was just a night, just a memory. When it's a war, then a war. Why you gonna up and leave me now? We don't be making up, you know we be tearing it up, breaking up, get it up. Now I feel like singing more songs. What other songs do I like? Your grace has found me just as I am, empty-handed but alive in your hands. Woo! Now I found. Oh, I love it. My gospel songs are my best songs though. There's these songs I have in my head all the time and I close my eyes because I just start to get into that mode of worship or remembering. But I've replaced a lot of my worldly songs with my gospel songs now because I just feel as though it kind of puts me into that zone of not thinking about the past but focusing more on Christ. But I love singing. That's another thing about me. Love to sing, always singing. Even though I can't sing, I just love singing. It's something that just happens naturally. I love to sing. You're sorry, but I can't accept your apology. You say it, but you don't mean it. You say it, but me don't believe it. Anyway, let me move on. I'll just start singing. I love to sing. That was so fun actually. I was the fastest runner in my school for 3 years straight and throughout my primary school. I love that because when I was in primary school, my elder sister, Rachel, she was the fastest runner in the primary school. Then my sister was the fastest runner and I was also the fastest runner too from year 3, 4, 5 and 6. And if you think about these sort of memories that we give when we're older, it's like we were little kids then, but we still remember it as such an amazing event that happened in our lives. I was 7, you know, but it still meant so much to me, the fact that I got medals for winning really fast. But then when I went to high school in year 11, when I went to high school in year 7, I was only 11 years old, I came second in the race. So when I did my first 100 metres race with all the obviously different girls that came from different schools, I came second and I was devastated because my other 2 sisters, again, they kept the record going and they came first each time. Then when I got to year 8 again, I came second again. And again, it just threw me like, because I knew I was fast, but I just felt like I wasn't giving it all that I could. And then what happened in year 9, when I was like 14 years old, my sister's friends, they would place some bets on me and some of the other girls in my year who they thought would be the fastest. And because the pressure wasn't on me any longer, that people thought, okay, yeah, that's, you know, I'm Rachel's sister, she's going to be really fast. So then by the time I got to year 9, because there was no pressure on me, when I ran that race, I ran and I won like so far, it was so good. And then the other girls couldn't believe it because obviously one of the girls had had the record for quite a long time. Then we did it again in year 10, I came first, again in year 10. And in year 11, I came first, again in year 11. And then for every relay race I did, I came first. Did a lot of races within the London borough, my local London borough. And again, I was coming first. So yeah, back in the day, I was really good at athletics, really good at gymnastics. And yeah, good memories, good memories. I'm a second generation Jamaican, and what I mean by that doesn't make sense actually. That comment does not make sense at all. I'm a British born Jamaican, makes more sense because both of my parents come from Jamaica. I was born here, but I have a lot of influences from the Caribbean, and it's made me who I am today. I have 4 sisters, 2 brothers, and I have 18 nieces and nephews. And there you have it. That's 10 things about me that maybe you didn't know before. I believe there's so much more that I could have told you about myself. Okay, so here's a few that I've been asked by Richard. This is the bonus one. This is all for you, Richard Pierce, one of my subscribers who always comments on my videos. So this is like a bonus. It's more like a bonus 4 actually. This video should not be called 10 things about me. This should be called something like 15 things about me or 50 things about me. But okay, so Richard has asked, what's my favourite cuisine? I haven't really got a very interesting palate to tell the truth, but I do like Caribbean food. I'm used to Caribbean food. It's safe. It's healthy, it does well for me. So I like Caribbean food, Jamaican food in fact. But apart from that, the next cuisine that I'd probably say I like is, if I could choose a takeaway, it'd probably be, I don't know, it's quite typical in terms of Chinese and Indian. There's 2, I know it's not, I can't really choose one of them, but I like, after Jamaican food, it'd be Chinese or Indian food. Actually, but I quite like Nando's too. That's like Portuguese food. So I'm quite simple with the most common type of food. So with my Indian food, I love chapatis. My best friend is Indian. She makes me chapatis all the time. It's very simple. I know it's like flatbread, but she makes that with like a potato curry that she makes with it that I really like as well. There's like another green paste that she makes that I really like as well. If I order Chinese, it's just very typical sweet and sour chicken balls, special fried rice, and that's basically it. So I don't really have a very interesting palate. Sorry. Favourite films? The thing about me with films, I have favourite parts of films rather than favourite films. So I would love to make a compilation. I'd love to make a compilation of my favourite bits of movies and then have them somewhere. But I like Dog's Purpose, which is a classification U. I quite like that movie. I've watched it quite a few times with my daughter and I really still like it. And that's one of the reasons why I got myself a dog. Other things, I quite like a few of the Tyler Perry movies as well. Like I find those quite good to watch. I watched one the other day, which was I don't know if it's my favourite, but it's quite a good movie. Beloved. I'll do another video on that. I'm going to do a separate video on my favourite movies that I watch. Best places that I visited in the UK, I quite like Wales. In Wales, we go to a place called Cefn, which is a Christian camp that we go to. I quite like going there. We've been on road trips around the UK, because when I was teaching our children a unit about the UK, we went on different sightseeing adventures with the children to kind of show them different parts of the UK. I like Devon and I like Cornwall. But actually I like South London. If I could choose a place, it'd probably be South London. And because I think there's a lot more things to do, especially for our culture. There's a lot more things down there to do, a lot more people like me. I think the borough that I live in is quite boring, but I'm not going to say what it is because it's a bit too personal. But I drive, so because I drive, I tend to travel, wherever really. Brixton, I have a few family members down in Brixton to do a few fun things down there. Wales and Devon's not really to social, it's just more like for the things that are there, like the beaches and the, just the different sights that you can see down there. That's why I quite like going to places like that where it's a bit more country. But in terms of seeing people and socialising, it will have to be places like South London, Brixton, Holston. Got a couple of friends up in Easton. Yeah. Best place to visit abroad. I've been to Jamaica, which I'm desperate to go to next year. I'm hoping to be able to save enough money to go to Jamaica next year for a family holiday with me and the children. Don't even know the dog can come, but we'll see. I don't know how much that costs. But Jamaica is my first trip. Like I want to go back there. I'm desperate to go back there. I wanted to go this year, September, because of all the COVID regulations, I wasn't able to go. But I'm really hoping to go to Jamaica again. I've been to Romania. That was quite cool. One of my students invited me over there and I said, yeah, why not? I went to Romania for 10 days, had a fantastic time in Romania as well. Saw lots of different things, went to their salt farm, went to the Happy Cemetery, learned a bit of the language, learned about the culture, learned about the people. So I have a really newfound respect for Romanian people now that I've been to their country. I haven't travelled much. I've been to Mallorca. I've been to, what's that place with my mum? Gran Canaria. That's it. I think that's it in terms of going on a plane. They're the places I've been to. Favourite sweets? Chocolates. My favourite chocolate would be Cadbury's. Anything Cadbury's. I don't like rich chocolates like, what's that one? There's like another chocolate that people buy you a lot for gifts. It's the red one. I don't like that at all. But I don't like Belgian chocolate, no. I just like normal Cadbury's. I love Easter eggs. That's my favourite chocolate. Favourite sweets, don't really have a favourite sweet at all. Okay, there you have it. That's a few things about me that you've learned now that you maybe didn't know before. Okay?